Hey, how are we doing? This is losing track. Number 9. This is lesson number 9. We're going to do a lot of what we did last time. We're going to do two things different today. We're going to play the band audio. We're going to play the audio from the band. We're going to play. We'll try it again. We're going to play the audio for Sawmill and Independentia from the band audio page, and we're also going to learn a couple of new songs on the back of May. So let's review all of our other stuff, but let's do it really quickly. All right, so here we go. We're looking at the back of March, and we have those 3 key signature songs. Look at the first one, figure out the key signature. Look at 100, figure out the key signature. Look at S number 1, figure out the key signature. We're going to play them all without stopping again. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Good? All right. So this stuff should be getting easy by now. Front of April, today we're going to play just the concert songs on April, just the concert songs. So we're starting at number 88, and let's go ahead and do 88, 80, 81, and 93. Well, we're going to do 93 anyway. No, we better skip it. Let's do concert songs only. 88, 80, and 81 without stopping. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3. Two and 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. All right, how'd you do? Should be getting easier, and this is the perfect perfect time to explain. Like, we're skipping 93 just because of time's sake, not because they're not great songs. You can play them. Please play them. 92, we haven't played that in a couple of lessons. 92, 93. You can look on these pages. There's lots of songs you can play. We just don't have time to do them in every lesson as we move forward. All right, on the back we have Sawmill Creek. So we have our first audio for today, and what I've got is I've just got it playing through a speaker here. I think you'll be able to hear enough of what's going on in me and the music playing at the same time to tell what you can do with earbuds or with a speaker as well. If you're using like a laptop, the laptop speakers may or may not be loud enough for you, but they might. Give it a shot. If you need to, again, get earbuds or whatever you can do to do that. All right, so let's take a look. I'm going to play just the beginning of this so you get an idea. Here's the beginning of Sawmill Creek. The first 2 measures are a rest, but the piano and the drums play. Now, when we play at a concert, we're not going to have a piano, but the drums will play at that spot anyway, so it helps us count. So here's the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And there's our part right there. Okay? Let's try it. So I'm going to start the music. We got 2 measures to count. We're going to come in and measure 3. It's a touch faster than what we've been doing, so if this freaks you out, just let it play and then you can slow it down on your own at another time. Here we go. Are you ready? Sawmill Creek. 2, 3, 4, 2, 2. So that is a fun song to play, and it's a fun song to play with the group and with the drums and everything playing at the same time. But that was quicker. And it brings up another point that we've talked about before. That fast, I can play a long time on one breath. I found myself several times taking breaths because I thought I was supposed to take breaths, but I still had air inside. So I actually had to blow air out and then take a breath to do that. So as you get better and speed up the music, speed up your playing, make sure you take less breaths, not more breaths. Get rid of some of those breaths you don't need anymore, and all of a sudden you could go, good grief, easily. For most of you, except for flutes, 8, 10, 12 measures. Flutes easily go 4, 6 measures. Easy, easy, easy. All right, let's keep moving on. So that is the concert songs minus Independentia. We're going to get there in just a second. Well, let's go ahead and do it while we're at it. Then we'll show you the new stuff here in a few minutes. Okay, for Independentia, go ahead and pull that out. I've got the audio playing here, so we'll just go straight to this. Now, we've been playing this and reviewing this, so you should be able to play these songs, right? The difference is, of course, there are multiple things going on at once. So here's what I'm going to do. First of all, here's what this sounds like. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so you hear what's going on with all the different parts, and then there's in measure 3 and also in measure 31 there is a boom. I'm not sure you can hear it on the microphones that you have there, but there's a boom from the bass drum and a crash cymbal. So it goes dun 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 dun, boom, ksh, bum 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 bum, and it goes like that. Excuse me. So if you haven't reviewed all your parts, please review your parts, but we're going to go straight into playing it today. So here's what we're going to do. Let's take a look at, I think I'm going to play it 3 times in a row. I think I'll just play the whole song 3 times in a row. The first time, I'm going to do the trumpet and the bell and the flute part. And that's all I'm going to play. You'll hear the rest of it going on at the same time. So at measure 5, we're going to be playing bum, 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 bum. And in the background, you hear the trombones going bum, bum, bum. You're going to hear the clarinets, saxophone going bum, 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 bum. And I don't think we've talked about this. This song actually comes from a song that they play at a circus. And I think you'll hear that once we start playing it. You go, oh, kind of sounds like a circus, yeah. And so technically it goes a lot faster, but we're taking it slow right now as we're learning, and since it's our first song. Okay, so I'm going to play the whole song, playing just the trumpet, flutes, and bell part. And you guys go ahead and play along too and try to listen to the music and stay together all the way through. Then we're going to go back and do it again, and I'm going to do a different part, and we'll go back and I'll do a different part. So we're going to play the Independentia 3 times. So if you need to pause it and practice through anything, go ahead and pause the video. And other than that, we're going to jump right in. There's a count off. Sometimes we call it a roll-off. When you're like in middle school and high school and you're marching, they call it a roll-off, and the drums are going to go dum, 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 and then everybody starts playing something, right? So that's kind of what this is. It's not exactly that because I don't think there's a roll, but they call it a roll-off there, and then we're going to get 2 measures of that playing in the background so we know the tempo and when to start right at measure 1. Okay? All right, so I'll give you the cue when the song is starting. All right? Let's try it. Like I said, I've never tried to teach this song this way. It's a whole lot easier when we're together. But we can't be together, can we? So let's try this. All right, so we got a 2-measure count off or roll off, and then we are going to do the whole song. Are you ready? I'm doing... There we go. I am doing the trumpet, flutes, and bell part. Everybody else, follow your music and try to stay with it. See if you can figure out what's going on there. Here we go. I'll give you the signal when the song starts. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. And that is how the song goes. I hope you could hear that. It's just a lot of fun. Even as simple as this is for me, it's still fun to play any type of ensemble song. All right, we're going to do it again. This time, I'm going to play the alto saxophone part. Now, saxophones and clarinets play a lot together, but at measure 21 and 20, that section is all clarinets all the way through there. So I'm going to do the saxophone part so you can hear the difference going on there. Okay? So at 20, 21, this is the same thing that the trombones play as well. All right, let's do it again. You ready? All right. This is another 2-measure count off, and then I'm playing the saxophone part all the way through. Here we go. 1, 2. how'd you do? Now, for those of you who get this song from me, on the saxophone part, there's a front side and a back side. Officially, in the way the music comes, the one that's on my website right now, it's the back side, and it's currently called just Alto Saxophone, but when I give you one, it's called Alto Saxophone 1 and Alto Saxophone 2 on the front and back. So I just now played the back side of that. All right, let's move forward, and now we're going to do the trombone part one more time. We got this. You starting to feel more comfortable? Starting to hear what's going on there? This is what repetition is all about, doing something over and over and over to make sure you're doing it right. All right, so here we go. This is going to be Independentia, trombone part. And baritone, if you happen to be playing baritone. Here we go. 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4. And that is Independentia. So hopefully you could hear that okay and you're following okay, and once you got it, it's a lot of fun. So the two songs that we used today, the Sawmill Creek and the Independentia, are both on the website on the band audio page. There's also another version of, I think there's a faster version of Sawmill Creek, and there's also a version of the Independentia that is just the trombones and the drums, if you would like to use either of those. All right, that's concert music, and let's move forward now, and let's go to May, and let's see what we can do here. Let's just play some of these real quickly here, because I want to show you something new today. Let's check our time. Yeah, we're doing good. Take a look at 98 on May. 98 on May. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Good. 107. Clarinets on that low F. 1 pinky. 1, 2, 1. Oh, key signature. 107. 1, 2, 1, 2. Ready, go. Doing okay? All right, let's move on. 108. 108. Skipping the first ending. Check your key signature. There we go. 1 and 2 and go. do 110, and again, today I'm going to play it straight through one time. If you'd like to try it as a round, wait till I get to measure 3. I'll give you the signal, and then you can start playing at the beginning, and we can hear that as a round as well. Remember, the tricky part is measure 5 and 6. Double check that. Make sure you know what you're doing there. And let's go ahead and it says check play note, measure 5, note 3. Measure 5 is the second line, third note. Sounds like this. Play it with me. Right? All right, here we go. If you want to play it as a round, great. If you don't, that's fine. Here we go. 1 and 2, 110, and go. Bum, 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 bum. Yep, how'd you do? My valve started messing up a little bit on that. I think I can make it. Here we go, turning over on the back. We've done 114, 115, 131 last time. And again, these are going to be our new 3 key signature songs in the future. But right now, let's just play them. Not only as key signature songs, but also because it's got the dotted quarter note and single eighth note on there. How many beats is a dotted quarter note worth? And the answer is 1.5 beats. How many? How do you feel it? Tap twice. Ta, ta, ta. Count the first 2 measures of 114. Ready, count. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. Play it. 1, 2. Ready, go. Good. Now, on 115, remember the other day, we put dotted quarter notes on several places, not just like one little place. And so particularly, we look at measure 3. Look at measure 3 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. That's the wrong notes. So, bum, 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 bum. 1, 2, 3, and 1. Here we go. Count the first 4 measures of 115, then we'll play it. 1, 2, count 115, go. 1 and 3, 4, 1 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Check your key signature very quickly. Make sure you get that second note right. Everybody look at the second note. Play the second note for me. Sounds like this. Got it? Here we go. 115. 1, 2, and ready, go. All right. And then we went 131, which again is a very familiar song. Virtually everybody's heard this song before. And we just got to remember that just because the first line is easy, the second part of the first part of the second line, 9 through 12, is a little trickier there. So we can't go fast and then slow. We got to keep a steady beat. And then we get to measure 4. Bum, bum, bum. Dotted quarter notes everywhere, 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 everywhere. Here we go. Let's just play it. 131. Nice and slow. 1, 2, ready, go. how'd you do? All right, so that is your 3 key signature songs there. And now we're going to do a couple of new things real quickly. Let's take a look at 2 new songs today, and then we'll finish the page on the next lesson. So, as we look at the rest of this, from S number 1, 6th grade, 5-note scale. Do you remember at the beginning of the year when we did our 5-note scale, and we did our very first 5 notes, and we talked about how important that is? Well, those 5 notes are important, but now you should have them perfect. You've played them so many times. Guess what? We're going to take the top of that 5-note scale, and we're going to do another 5 notes, and we're going to get really good at those 5 notes for 6th grade. So when you can play these 5 notes and these 5 notes, you got lots of notes that you can play. But remember how we talked about how important it is to play high notes? These are all going to be the higher notes. These are all going to be the higher notes. So let's take a look at S number 1, and then we're also going to look at 132. First thing I want you to notice is they're the same notes. They're the same notes. The first one just gets us strong at playing them, and then 132, they just go a touch faster. And guess what? Next fall, we'll be doing those same notes over and over and over again, and the December test is the same 5 notes, just a touch faster, right? So learning this now is super important. So as we look at S number 1, 6th grade 5-note scale, notice it says, don't forget high note tricks for flutes and flutes and trumpets and trombones and baritones. You can go back to March and read those high notes, or go back and watch that video where we talk about that. But the biggest challenge for here is the clarinets. The clarinets got a lot going on. Hopefully they've been doing all their other stuff, and this is not going to be too hard. But let's take a look at this real quick. For most of you, you have 1 new note. That's it, 1 new note, measure 9. And so you look at 9, and so for flutes, it's just a high C, and you see it right there. And for saxophones, it's just going to be a high A, and all you got to do is just add the octave key there. For trumpets, it's a high D. Now, trumpets and baritones, if you think of a low D or low C for baritones, all we're going to do is when we play a high version of it, we're just going to take the 3rd valve off, and so it's going to be a first finger only. Low D, high D for trumpets, baritones, low C, high C for baritones. Okay, so that's the first finger. Trombones, we know your low C is going to be a 6, but the high C is going to be a 3. High C is going to be a 3. You can actually play it with the 6. It just gives you don't have to move it quite so much to be able to get to that note. And the 3rd position sounds a little better. So that's that. And one other thing before I get to the clarinet part is, by the way, drums, you got your own thing going on there. Make sure you're working on those rolls. 1E and a 2, 3E and a 4. Make sure you go watch those videos. I explain all of them and take all the time to show you that. You can listen to them and see exactly what's going on. Bells, you've got something new. You got these little slashes on top of your notes. That's called a bell roll. You see it written there right below there, and it says, hey, this is different. And what happens is you're going to take, I don't have any bell mallets, but I do have a couple of sticks here. And if these were my sticks, or if these were my mallets, instead of just playing 1 note on that whole note, I'm going to actually play as many notes as I can on that same bell at the same time, and then it's going to go for however long it lasts. It's called a bell roll. Drums do something similar, but not exactly the same. So a bell roll is bum, right? And then on the 3rd measure, bum. So what you got to do is you got to find 2 places on the bell to hit. If it's a big bell, you can hit it right in the middle between the 2 screws. But sometimes when they get to those smaller bells, you can't do that. So you have to do 1 in the middle and then 1 on the outside of that screw, and you can do that. Go watch the regular video of May so you can see it's explained and you can actually see it better there. It's called a bell roll. All right, clarinets, lastly for you, we've got something new called secret G and secret A. You know G is open, you know A is 1. But what we're going to do is we're going to go and put our right hand down, including our pinky, and then you'll notice that we can still play a G, we can still play an A with these covered. So you can get your fingers on down there, holding the bottom part of that, and then keeping this open. We call that a secret G, because it's a G, but the secret is I get to get my fingers down in place, so I don't have to worry about getting all of my fingers going at once. So your first note, whole note G, secret G, and your next note, whole note, measure 3, secret A, and then your 3rd note is everything down. Both pinkies, everything, register key, everything is there on that. So that's why if you get your right hand down for secret A and secret G, then B is a whole lot easier than C, then D. And you see all of them written there, and this whole line we've done for you to give us a little more space. The rest of us, flutes, trumpets, trombones, baritones, we're trying to get good at these high notes. When we get those high notes, we're not playing for, just like throwing it Don't slap at it like a little kitten pawing at something. Like we want to play it. Bum, bum, and we want to play nice, big, long notes. You get those muscles really developed there. Okay? All right, so let's take a look at this. Everybody look at measure 9. You have that new note. Let's see what we got here. All right, everybody try measure 9. So for clarinets, that's 6 fingers and your thumb. And everybody else has what written down there. Sounds like this. Play it. Muscles. Flutes, don't play a low version. Ba, ba. Yeah? All right. Now, get good at that, and what we're going to do right now, you should play this, and if someone in your family yells at you, that's okay. If you have to play a little bit loud right now, that's fine. But we're going to develop those muscles playing this every day, multiple times. All right, so we have a whole note, whole rest, whole note, whole rest, whole note, whole rest, whole note, rest. So let's try it. That's number 1. 1, 2, measure 1, ready, go. Get the next ready, secret A for clarinets, and go. Next note, get ready, everything down B, go. One pinky C clarinets, ready, go. New note for everybody, 6 fingers clarinets, go. Two, out of pinky clarinets, ready, go. Both pinkies clarinets, ready, go. Last 2 measures are together, go. All right, how'd you do? So, this is kind of a big trick. For clarinets, it's a really big trick. For the rest of us, it's a kind of a big trick. But as soon as you get good and comfortable with that, and the more you can play it, and the hardest part of new notes is reading them. As soon as you can read them and know what to do and play this, this is great because this sets us up for all of 6th grade. I told you, everything we're learning right now is going to make 6th grade easier. This is virtually all the notes you need for 6th grade. This is virtually all the key signatures you need for 6th grade. This is virtually all the rhythms you need. We're going to learn a couple of new things there, but we're just going to get better at playing all these in 6th grade. So this is going to just make it a lot easier. All right. How's our time? All right, we got to hurry up. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Go ahead and play that. If I were you, I'd go back and play that several times. We'll do it again at the next lesson, but we got to move on. 132. I want you to notice exact same notes, but instead of having a whole note, whole rest, whole note, whole rest, now all of a sudden they're moving a little bit quicker. So clarinets, you're not going to be able to do this probably your first try. Just follow and finger if you need to. The rest of us, we can do that. We got the new note on the first note of measure 3. And a new note on 5 and 7. Now, what I like to do with this is show you that the first 2 measures are going up. Then the next 3 measures are, next 3 times we do this, last 6 measures, we're going down. Going down is a lot easier than going up. Okay? So clarinet's the same thing for you. Going up is a little harder. Secret G, secret A, B, C, D. But going down is easier. D, C, B, A, right? So let's do this real quick. Everybody look at measure 7. Measure 7. We're going to start on that new note for everybody. Clarinets are starting on 6, and then you're going to have pinky, pinky, A, G. Sounds like this. Here's measure 7. Okay, start on the high note, and then we're just coming down, and it's a lot easier for everybody. Okay, so clarinets, if you can do that, there's 3 down, starting on that high D with 6 fingers. It's a lot easier than that first one going up. Going up's tougher on the clarinet for you for sure, and then everybody else got to get the air to speed up. All right, just for today, I'm going to play straight through this 132, but if you can't do it, listen and just finger along, because sometimes you need to do that. Then you can run the video back a couple times and then try it whenever you're ready. All right, here we go. 132. This is all about power, muscles, strength. Here we go. 1, 2, 132. Good. measure 5. All right, how'd you do? That is, again, it's tough, but you can do it. We're getting ready, we know all this stuff, but getting where you can do all those higher notes, that's what we call the 6th grade 5-note scale. And so we do it all as number 1, and then we just do them a little faster on number 132, and then we'll move all the way to a little bit faster for our December test coming up in the fall. All right. Wow, a lot of stuff going on today. If you need to, do this lesson a couple of times. Stop the video and practice some stuff and then do it with the video again, whatever you need to do. We got one more coming up and we're going to finish up the May page. All right, have a great day. See you, bye.